Today, we're going to dig into a pretty serious warning about artificial intelligence, and it's coming from a legend in the investing world, Howard Marks. He's looking past all the hype and focusing on what he sees as a massive threat to our society, and that's the very meaning of work itself. So let's get into why he's so worried. Just one word, that's it. That's the word one of the sharpest investors on the planet used to describe what AI could do to our workforce. Not interesting, not a challenge, terrifying. I mean, that word just stops you cold, right? It really makes you wonder, why on earth would he choose that word? And the person who said it is Howard Marks, the billionaire co-founder of Oak Tree Capital Management. Look, for over 35 years, his memos have been absolute must-reads for investors everywhere. They're known for being incredibly clear and often way ahead of the curve. So when a guy like that says something is terrifying, you pay attention. So what exactly is it that Marks finds so scary? Well, it's not just about jobs disappearing in the way we usually think about it. No, his concern goes a lot deeper than that. And here's his biggest fear, right here in his own words. See, this isn't about economic models or unemployment charts for him. It's all about the people, the actual human beings who could get left in the dust when the skills they've built over a lifetime are suddenly, well, unnecessary. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but can't we just, I don't know, pay people if their jobs go away? It's an idea you hear a lot, especially from some of the biggest names in tech. But for Marks, that solution completely misses the entire point. So on one side, you have this idea of universal basic income, or UBI. You've heard people like Elon Musk and Sam Altman talk about it. This idea of a guaranteed check for everyone. But Marks is pointing to this huge gaping hole in that logic. Sure, a check can replace a salary, but can it replace your sense of purpose? And this right here, this is the absolute heart of his argument. A job is so much more than a paycheck. It's a pillar in our lives, right? It gives you a reason to set your alarm, it structures your day, it makes you feel like you're contributing, it gives you self-respect. So what happens when that pillar gets knocked out from under millions and millions of people all at once? And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. The numbers are actually suggesting that this crisis of meaning could happen on a truly massive scale. Let's take a look at the data. 60%. Just let that sink in. A 2024 analysis from the IMF found that 60% of jobs in advanced economies, places like the US, are going to be impacted by AI somehow. That is a staggering number. We're talking about almost 2 out of every 3 workers. But, okay, let's break that down a bit, because it's not all bad. The IMF thinks that half of those affected, so that's 30% of the entire workforce, could actually benefit. AI might boost their productivity, make them better at their jobs. But that leaves the other half, another 30% of all workers who are going to be negatively impacted. That is a huge group of people facing the exact crisis of meaning Marks is warning us about. And, Howard Marks isn't some lone voice shouting in the wilderness here. McKinsey is warning that more than half of all work hours in the US could be automated. You've got tech advisor Kate O'Neill, who's pointing out this really subtle danger, that when we outsource our tasks to AI, we might also be outsourcing our ability to find meaning in doing them. Even the optimists, like author James Barat, are saying, yeah, we can find a new purpose, but it's going to be after a long, painful transition. Okay, so with this pretty daunting future staring us in the face, the question becomes, what do we do? How do we even prepare for this? What are the skills we should be focused on in a world where AI is just everywhere? Let's see what the experts are saying. I mean, this is the billion-dollar question, isn't it? It's what every parent, every student is thinking about right now. If AI is really going to change the world this much, where are the safe bets? What should the next generation be learning?
What's really interesting is that the experts are kind of pointing in a few different directions. You have one of the godfathers of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, who basically says focus on stuff AI is going to be bad at for a long time, physical trades like being a plumber. Then you've got economist Ronnie Chatterjee, who says to double down on the uniquely human skills, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. And Elon Musk, his advice is to become a generalist. Just learn as much as you can about everything to stay flexible.
Which brings us right back to the biggest question of all. This isn't just about learning new skills for a new job market. It's about a fundamental rewiring of our society. Howard Marks' warning really forces us to look a future in the eye where that link between work, money, and purpose might just break. So the challenge ahead isn't just technological. It's deeply, deeply human. How will we find our value and our meaning when the very idea of work has changed forever?